Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Charlene and today I have my mom with me, Pam. Today we're going to be making a cookie tray. I want to send a Christmas treat basket for my husband's co-workers in a couple of days. So today my mom is going to help me with one of the cookies that take a little bit longer to make. And so this one is called Sugary Citrus Twists. Okay, so I am going to be doubling this recipe, and I will tell you the single servings in the description. And if you notice me putting more in, it's just because I'm doubling it. And this is, so one serving makes 48 twists, and I preheat the oven at 350. So my mom's going to do the electric blending. So we have 1 cup of sugar, and it calls for 1 cup of the shortening. And I was slightly short on shortening, so I added a little bit of butter in. And then it also calls for 2 tablespoons of grated lemon rinds, which we have here, and we're just going to add it to this. And that, for about 2 tablespoons, takes roughly 3 lemons. So you are going to start with that after in just a moment.
Okay.
So this recipe doubled takes like 8 cups of flour. So I got my heavy duty bowl out. So it also calls for 2 eggs and 4 egg yolks. So I have that already here. Calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, 4 cups for a single, to make one single, is the flour, and a teaspoon of salt. So mom's going to beat the sugar, the shortening, and the rinds together, and then she's going to add in the eggs and the vanilla while I get the powder stuff ready here. Okay, you go right ahead, Mom. Yeah.
At this point, you are going to take the dough, and on a lightly floured surface, you are going to knead it just a couple of times. Then you are going to cut the dough in half, work with half at a time, and you're going to form each log into 10-inch pieces. And if you make it a little too long, you just cut off a piece and fold it back in. And then each 10-inch log you're going to cut into 12 pieces. So I cut each log in half, then in half again, and then each quarter will be cut into 3 pieces. And then you're going to put them all aside until you have both logs totally cut. So now each piece you are going to cut into two, and you're going to roll each into a ball, and each of those balls are going to make one cookie. So with the first ball, you're going to roll it out into roughly an 8-inch mini log, and then you're going to cut that log in half, and then you're going to start twisting one over the other until you complete the cookie. So it has been a few years since Mom and I have made these cookies, so we're just trying to play with it and get the hang of how to put them together at a decent speed. So we also learned partway through that even after you twist them, if you don't really like how tight they are, you can hold both ends and just kind of turn them the opposite way a little bit till you get the tightness that you want. So you're going to put them on a greased cookie sheet, and once, just before you put them in the oven, you are going to put a generous amount of sugar on these. These are not a sweet cookie, so the sugar helps. And then you are going to bake them at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. My mom was such an amazing help today. I so appreciate her being here. And if you get a chance to make these and you have a second person that can help you, it makes it go so much faster. So just a suggestion there.
Woo, almost dropped that. Yeah, these look so good. So these ended up making about 50. I did the first half of the cookies, and it made roughly 50 of these. They are so good. They are very light tasting, so that it almost reminds me like you just like dip it in coffee or something. It's so good. We ate actually quite a few of these. We couldn't help ourselves. And then I sent my mom and dad home with some as well. Very good. I suggest two things. One, if you have a stand mixer, use the stand mixer. I was using my electric mixer, and you can hear the motor really working hard. So if you have a stand mixer, use a stand mixer. And the other thing, I did try something different on top. Instead of just sugar on one batch, I tried vanilla sugar, where you mix the sugar and vanilla beans and blend it together. That actually was really good as well, as just something a little added different. Okay, and then we will see you tomorrow for some more cookie baking. It's the next morning, and I just thought I would try this Reese's Pieces treat. So you just take whipped chocolate frosting and the same amount. So this one is a 340 gram container. So I have 340 grams of peanut butter. So we're just going to carefully take off the lid. Make sure you get all the metal pieces off because it's going to go in the microwave. We're going to put it in the microwave, both of them at the same time, for 30-second increments until they're both melted. Okay, they're both melted. It actually didn't take very long. I have an 8x8 baking dish. I put parchment paper in it. So I have enough room in this container, so I'm going to put both of them together. something so simple. It doesn't take very long whatsoever. So we're just going to mix this really well. And then we're going to spread it in the sheet, or in the pan, sorry. And it's going to go in the fridge for 1 hour. Okay, so next recipe, we're going to make a crispy chocolate square. So we're going to get a large pot. We're going to put 1 cup of peanut butter in it. Now the recipe calls for 3/4 cup of honey, but I found that a little on the sweet side, so I'm going to lower that to just 1/2 cup. But if you do like it sweeter, go ahead and use the full 1 cup, or 3/4 cup, sorry. And then we're going to take this over to the stove. Okay, so over medium heat, we are going to melt the honey and the peanut butter. And we are going to stir it constantly once it gets to a certain point. And we want it to come to a very light boil. Okay, I think that is perfect. Now we're going to add in about a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're going to add in 3 cups of Rice Krispies. As well, I have 1 cup of salted peanuts and a cup of chocolate chips in here. And add them at the same time. Okay, we are going to spray an 8x8 or 9x9 pan. And then we are just going to chill this in the fridge for an hour before we cut them. Okay, these are all done. This is the kind of, I don't know if you want to call it fudge or not, and this is the one with the nuts in it. So they were in the fridge probably an hour and a half. Now, we only have this many lemon twists left. I haven't made this recipe in like 4 or 5 years, so everybody enjoyed them. Anyways, I have the second batch over there. I'm going to make those later today. So, and I also made just Rice Krispie squares. Most people like Rice Krispie squares. So I am going to cut these up. These two, this one I haven't tried in years as well, so I kind of want to give that one a try as well. And let's see. I'm not sure how big to kind of, oh, this is still kind of soft. It's almost a little too soft, I think. I might leave this one. I might just take a little piece just to try it though. And then I'll put it back in the fridge. It pretty much tastes just like Reese's Pieces. Really good, really good. Okay, maybe, I wonder if the freezer. I'll put it back in the fridge for a little while longer. So yeah, my husband has, at this time, there's 15 of them in total. So I'm really trying to see if I made enough stuff for them to have, you know, a couple each. Because not everyone has, you know, a wife at home or someone to bake for them. So it's kind of a nice treat. So I think I'll just cut these into smaller size. And I was thinking, I'm not sure if anyone has a peanut allergy, so I think I'm going to separate the Reese piece and this one in a separate container from the Rice Krispies and the lemon twist, just in case, and I'll label them. I'm going to take just a tiny piece off of this one too. So good. I like these ones. But I'm glad I cut down on the honey on this. They're still kind of sweet, but not overly sweet. Okay, let me just see what I'm doing here. You don't need big pieces when you have this dessert here. Okay, let's see how many we got. We got 4, 8, 16, 20. Okay, I didn't really cut them good sizes there. Even sizes is what I should say. I just kept one of these from like croissants or something when we bought some at a store. So I thought this would be a great container. They don't have to worry about bringing it home. So I just bought these doilies at the dollar store, and I just thought I'd place a couple at the bottom. Oh, I broke that one. Okay, we'll put that one at the very, very bottom. Oh, that's why I ripped it. It's got something there. Okay. All right, we'll turn the... There we go. Okay, so I found a second container. I think I'm going to put the chocolate items in here because I think they're going to have to go in the fridge overnight because I'm going to send them tomorrow. going to stick this in the fridge and I will come back and add the rest. I decided to put a few sprinkles on the Reece treats. These still ended up soft, so I think I'm going to put little toothpicks in them so that, because there's like 15 different people going to be eating from it, that nobody's, you know, getting their fingers in other pieces. So this is what we ended up with. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy, and have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you on the next video. Take care.